Created by Michael J. Wilson and based on an original idea by Laurie Fort, Ice Age is one of the most beloved and entertaining animated franchises of all time. But did you know that many of its characters were inspired by real animals? So sit back and relax, because today you're going to discover which animal inspired each character, as well as the actor who brought them to life with their voice. Manny is inspired by a woolly mammoth, one of the most impressive animals that lived during the Ice Age. This gigantic relative of modern elephants was covered in thick fur that protected it from extreme temperatures. It could reach up to 4 meters in height and weigh more than 8 tons, making it one of the largest land mammals of its time. One of its most striking features was its enormous curved tusks, which it used to clear snow and uncover food hidden beneath the ice. In addition, it had small ears, a thick layer of fat, and a double coat of fur that allowed it to survive in freezing environments where few animals could. As a herbivore, it spent much of its day feeding and could consume more than 130 kilograms of vegetation every day. The voice of Manny is provided by Ray Romano, a renowned American actor and comedian who portrayed the character throughout the franchise. In this recreation, we can see Manny transformed into a realistic woolly mammoth, with a massive body covered in thick brown fur, long curved tusks, and an imposing appearance worthy of one of the most iconic giants of the Ice Age. The voice of Diego is provided by Dennis Leary, a renowned American actor and comedian who portrayed the character throughout the entire saga. Behind Diego is the Smilodon, better known as the saber-toothed tiger, one of the most feared predators of the Ice Age. This prehistoric feline had a muscular body, extremely powerful front legs, and massive curved fangs that could reach up to 20 centimeters in length. The largest species weighed over 400 kilograms and fed on large animals such as bison, giant sloths, and young mammoths. The Smilodon became extinct around 11,000 years ago, along with much of the Ice Age megafauna. In real life, Diego would look like a powerful saber-toothed cat with a muscular body, enormous curved fangs, and a fierce stare capable of intimidating any animal in its surroundings. The unmistakable voice of Sid belongs to John Leguizamo, a talented actor and comedian who turned the character into one of the funniest and most beloved members of the franchise. Behind Sid is a giant ground sloth, an enormous prehistoric mammal that lived during the Ice Age. Some species could reach up to 6 meters in length and weigh several tons. Unlike modern sloths, they used their powerful hind legs, strong tail, and enormous claws to stand upright and reach food high in the trees. They were herbivores and became extinct around 10,000 years ago, along with much of the megafauna of that era. Here we can see Sid in a realistic version inspired by giant ground sloths, featuring long claws, thick fur, and a much more robust body structure than modern sloths. Scrat is inspired by a small saber-toothed squirrel, a prehistoric creature with enormous fangs compared to the size of its body. Some fossils discovered in Argentina revealed the existence of mammals with similar characteristics that inhabited our planet more than 100 million years ago. They were about the size of a modern squirrel, with an elongated snout and long fangs protruding from their mouths. Unlike the other characters, Scrat does not have a traditional voice actor. His famous grunts, squeaks, and sounds were created by Chris Wedge, director of the first Ice Age movie. Here we can see Scrat transformed into a realistic saber-toothed squirrel, with large eyes, an elongated snout, and oversized fangs that stand out compared to the rest of his body. The voices of Crash and Eddie are performed by Sean William Scott and Josh Peck, who brought the franchise's two craziest opossums to life. These characters are inspired by opossums, marsupial mammals that inhabit the Americas. They have elongated snouts, prehensile tails, and a size similar to that of a domestic cat. Like kangaroos, females have a pouch called a marsupium where they carry their young during the first months of life. They are also nocturnal and harmless animals that help control pests by feeding on insects and other small creatures. In this realistic version, Crash and Eddie retain the appearance of two mischievous opossums, with long snouts, prehensile tails, and curious expressions that perfectly reflect their personalities. The adventurous Buck is voiced by Simon Pegg, a British actor and comedian who gave the character his unique personality. Buck is inspired by a weasel, a small mammal known for its speed, agility, and ability to move through extremely tight spaces thanks to its long and flexible body. Depending on the species, weasels can measure between 15 and 40 centimeters in length, and some have tails nearly as long as their bodies. They are highly efficient hunters, feeding on rodents, insects, birds, eggs, and even small reptiles, helping maintain balance within their ecosystems. Here we can see Buck transformed into a realistic weasel with an elongated body, thick fur, an adventurous look, and the same energetic spirit that defines him throughout the films. Ellie's voice in the original English version is provided by Queen Latifah, the renowned American singer and actress. Like Manny, Ellie is inspired by a woolly mammoth, a species that inhabited some of the coldest regions of the planet during the Ice Age. Females were smaller than males, reaching between 2.5 and 3 meters in height and weighing up to 5 tons. They were also distinguished by their shorter, thinner tusks and a lighter, more graceful appearance compared to the enormous males of the species. In real life, Ellie would resemble a female woolly mammoth with abundant light brown fur, shorter tusks, and a friendly expression that sets her apart from the enormous males of her species. Unlike the other main characters in the movie, Roshan is not inspired by a prehistoric animal, but by a human baby who lived during the Ice Age. In the first film, he becomes separated from his family and is rescued by Manny, Sid, and Diego, who embark on a dangerous journey to return him safely to his people. Although Roshan has no spoken dialogue, his coos, laughs, and cries were performed by Canadian actress and singer Tara Strong in the original English version. In real life, he would be a small Ice Age baby with dark hair, rosy cheeks from the cold, primitive beige clothing, and a sweet, innocent appearance. The voice of Peaches in the original English version is performed by actress and singer Keke Palmer. Like Manny and Ellie, Peaches is inspired by a woolly mammoth, a species that inhabited the coldest regions of the planet during the Ice Age. Baby mammoths were born covered in fur to protect them from freezing temperatures, and remained with their families for several years while learning how to survive in these harsh environments. Here we can see her as a teenager, with an appearance very similar to her parents. On the other hand, we can also see what she might have looked like as a baby, appearing incredibly cute and adorable. Shira's original English voice is provided by the renowned singer and actress Jennifer Lopez. Like Diego, Shira is inspired by the Smilodon, better known as the saber-toothed cat, one of the most impressive predators of the Ice Age. These large felines possessed powerful muscles and enormous curved fangs that they used to hunt large prey. Here we can see Shira transformed into a stunning saber-toothed tigress with elegant light-colored fur, bright eyes, and an appearance that is both beautiful and intimidating. Fast Tony's original English voice is performed by the famous American comedian and television host Jay Leno. Behind this character is an armadillo, a mammal known for its tough protective shell and its ability to dig using its powerful claws. Its most distinctive feature is its armor made of bony plates covered with keratin, a natural defense system unique among mammals. Despite having poor eyesight, armadillos possess an excellent sense of smell and hearing that help them find food. They mainly feed on insects, small invertebrates, and other food they uncover underground. In this recreation, we can see Fast Tony transformed into a realistic armadillo, complete with his characteristic armored shell, long digging claws, and the appearance of one of the most fascinating animals in the Americas. And that's it for today's video. Now tell me in the comments, which character surprised you the most when you discovered the real animal that inspired them? And if you'd like to see a second part of this amazing franchise, leave your suggestion and let me know which character you would like to see in the next video.
She asked me if I had another minute and I ain't had the heart to leave. It's feeling like a cold dark winter and the sun still behind the trees.